Good morning, and welcome to Spear Point, and probably the last video in the yurt. So, welcome, welcome. It's been quite the month, and quite the month end, and a lot coming in. So, yeah, they told me to come on, so here we are. It is an absolute joy and pleasure to be here and to share with anyone and everyone who sees this on any time. So, January has come to a close. Um, the 31st to me felt like quite the portal day and a lot of things lined up. So, I had my last day of work on the 31st, but as much as my life is changing, I'm aware that there's big collective energies, and they told me this, and it was the masculine is energy, is tempering, and the conduit pieces to bridge into the physical are being laid down, and that's pretty big and freeing and relaxing. And yeah, there's a little bit of a death going on. So, how it feels to me is almost like that. Oh, that's beautiful. How it feels is like the feminine is burning, like really, really bright, and the masculine is being burned off. So it's almost like all the dead pieces, all the pieces that don't fit anymore, are being burned away. And there's also a birth through the Great Mother as well. So there was I don't know if everybody's got to see it or not, but one of the interviews I did with Danielle, we were talking about one of the visions I got of the masculine walking through the valley. And it was all that dark kind of energy, and you were walking through to that light. And that has continued, and now it certainly feels like a birthing, a rebirthing, a coming into form in a new way. New pieces of conduit are being laid down for energy to be kind of sustainable in the physical in a different way than has been before. And those lightning strikes are taking place, and it is beautiful to take part in. It really, really is. So there's so much happening, but also it's a time of grace, and endings are important, and it demands your attention, and it deserves your attention to give it your all, not just to hurry up and create what's next, but also to spend the time by the bedside as it takes his last breaths. Those moments are so special. With all your creations, with all your life, whatever it comes in, how it comes in, those moments are special, and they deserve your attention, and they take as long as they need to. And it's okay to receive. That was a big one where I feel like the masculine energy is there's a lot of gifts coming in to the masculine energy, but it's almost like it's not gifts. It's kind of like It's the energy that's there for him, for the masculine energy, anyways, big collective energy, that's always been waiting to kind of snap into place. And now it's starting to, but it feels like a gift. So it's almost like you have to break down that barrier of receiving, of being like, oh, I'm not worthy. It's like, no, 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 no. This is timing. This is like meeting a certain point, climbing up the mountain, and having that moment where everything snaps in. And then the energy starts to move because it's more than just you. Because you're part of that conduit piece. So the energy's running through you. And that's a big part of it. So to like, if there's resistance to receive, then that conduit piece like isn't gonna fully snap into place. It's interesting. So it's almost like you have to completely open up and be okay with it, even in the midst of death. So you're burning off, right? Because the feminine energy is like burning so bright right now. So you're burning off all the time. So like that's, some things are coming to the forefront, and that's okay. That's just part of the process. And at the same time, you're being giving all these gifts. It's like the spring loaded is all coming into being. So it's all happening all at once, which is absolutely wonderful. Really, really is. It's special. And yeah, the winds of change are here. So I don't know if you can hear it right now, but right now there's a big windstorm. It's not quite snowing, but there's enough snow on the ground, so everything, all the trees are blowing in the wind, and all the snow on the ground is getting kicked up and just blown around, so you can't really see. And it's quite mystical. It really, really is. And that's where, at least where it's happening in my neck of the woods in Montana. And it's a special moment, because it's the winds of change, at least in my life, but also it feels like a much broader sense. And everybody has way more going on than I think they're aware of. Of course, we have our own story, right? Our own stream, our own life stream that we need to take care of and nurture. And everybody's, I mean, I'm certainly guilty of this, of being so focused on our life stream about getting to a certain point that, or at least focusing on what comes up and making sure you're tempered. And, you know, when those depression markers come in or those sadness markers come in, that you dig in and dig deep and all that kind of stuff. But there's also more going on. So you, like, speaking from my sense, like, they also have the collective energies kind of running through you and snapping into place. And then you also have way bigger energies that are kind of like running through you and then snapping into place as you go. So like, that's at least how it works for me with my, you know, synchronistic trips to sacred land across the world. So every single time it happens, it's just like, it's not Connor in control. It's just like, no, you need to go here. And I don't really know what's going on, but I know there's way more energy. And there's also multiple different layers as well. So, and you can see it in just about everything and everyone. It's like everybody's doing way more than you think. It's like even those who are quote unquote asleep. It's like I don't like distinguishing between people. I mean, with your own stream, you got to nurture it. So if people can't be in your energy field, that's okay. Like, that's just part of the game. But as on mass, people are people, and we are quite magical. And every individual, whatever they're doing, is doing a lot more than they're conscious of. And I've seen that happen. And it's always, who am I to say, right? Exactly. That's what I always come back to. So snapping into place, lightning strikes, and coming into form. Yeah. It's quite amazing. It has been forever and a day. So it feels like we've already gone through 31 years this month because it's been that much, but also graceful. It's not like I feel old. It's kind of like, no, it just feels like every day has been a lot of energy, a lot of things coming in. Um, and you listen and follow. At least that's what I do. I listen and follow. You take each day as it comes. You go. I mean, to give you an example, close to the end, I was trying to, do car maintenance, pack, you know, do all this stuff while simultaneously, doing work around the ranch and um, exiting work. And I couldn't do it all. I really couldn't. Like, my energy was stretched really thin, and I was trying, and I was just trying. I wasn't forcing, I wasn't pushing, but I was aware that I was like, like it's fighting uphill. I was like, I don't know quite what's going on. And it wasn't until the last day of work that, even though it's just a job, right? Been there for 4 years, it didn't, and a lot of my energy was taken up there. I didn't realize how important that ending was, and to take time and that's where my focus was, that's where my energy was, and I knew it. I just didn't think it was correct, and it turns out it was. So, stepping back and not controlling, and feeling where your energy is being guided to go, um, even if it's confusing sometimes. So that was big, because the ending at work was, had more weight than I thought it would, and it was very freeing and very nurturing. And I'm glad I spent the time. I'm glad I spent the energy there, and gave it a lot of love. I'm really glad I did that. And now we continue. Now we have all this energy coming in. It's a huge amount of love just emanating everywhere. It's quite amazing to see that. And to feel that kind of energy start to snap into place. It almost feels like a big gift. That's what it feels like to me. It feels like a big, big gift. It's not like, I always anticipated that energy to kind of feel like, like you're taking your first breath, like, oh, and it's like that caffeine kind of rush where you're just like so ecstatically enjoy, but tempered and stable, and you're just like, oh my goodness, let's go. And then it's that spring loaded energy, and it doesn't feel like that, which I'm surprised. How it feels to me is kind of like this, when that energy snaps into place and it comes into your being, it kind of feels like a really big gift that you didn't expect. And you're sitting there and you're receiving it, because how it feels in the energy is like you just put down your head and worked and worked and worked. And then out of nowhere, it's just like, here you go. And it's with so much love. That's what the feeling is it's so much love. It's amazing how much love that is coming into form, snapping into place. I am so excited to see where this will go, because it's amazing to feel that much. Being gifted, shown, yeah, it's heart opening. And it's the masculine restored. Lightning love. That's what lightning love. Yeah, I don't know what will happen, so there might be another video today, but that's going to be about it. I have to kind of take down the setup and pack up. Sessions for me. I do have sessions won't be available